Charlotte, why are all of my things sitting in boxes outside the front door? And did you change the lock on the door too? Are you seriously asking because you don't know why? Look in a mirror and reflect on yourself a bit. And then you will know exactly why you are being kicked to the curb, tuts. Oh my god. Are you still accusing me of cheating? How many times have I told you? You have no grounds to even be suspicious of me cheating, let alone accusing me. I will say it again. I have never once cheated and never once even considered doing so. Why wouldn't you believe me? And why are you suspicious of me cheating in the first place? I just don't get it. Tell me why I should ever believe you and your words over my own daughter and hers. My daughter clearly saw you going into a motel with another man with her own 2 eyes. Yet you still deny doing such a sinful act against my poor son. How dare you go off to some filthy motel and do such a filthy thing and then come home and share the same blanket with my pure and innocent son? Did you intend to have my son catch a filthy STD or something from the likes of you and die at a young age so that you could get all of his assets? I may be old and frail, but mark my words. I will not allow you to ever step foot in my house again. Charlotte, I told you that what your daughter saw is not true. You know more than anyone else how much I love and cherish your son and how important I think family is. Even though you strongly opposed our marriage, knowing all of that, I did my best and worked so hard to take care of you and the entire family as a loyal daughter-in-law. I put my heart into sincerely trying to have a good relationship with both you and your daughter. How could you two do this to me? Huh! Yeah, right. We all know that you were just pretending to be all sweet and innocent. And I knew right away that you were just a sly, gold-digging fox out to steal our family's wealth for yourself. Enough! I don't want to see or talk to you ever again. Get your disgusting trash off my front porch and out of my sight this instant. And don't you ever even dare to think about stepping foot on our property again. And first thing tomorrow, you better go straight to the attorney's office with my son and sign the divorce papers. My precious son even said himself that he does not need a shameful, gold-digging tramp like you. He wants you out of his life immediately, so don't even think of trying to seduce or cling on to him any longer. There's no way that Paul would ever say such a thing or believe any of this. And he promised to love and cherish and believe in me for the rest of his days. There's no way he would throw me out like this. My son is not the one who threw you out first. You threw him out first when you went behind his back and committed such a sin. How did you ever think we would not catch on to all of this? You have no sense and picked the wrong family to mess with. You were a failure from the start. Only people with brains can get away with what you've done and never be found out. You obviously have nothing in that ugly, empty head of yours. And I knew all of this from the very beginning, too. That's why I have never liked you. Your mother died long ago, and no one, not even you, knows where your father is. I wanted to chance an unlucky, jobless, good-for-nothing louse like you out of my house the moment my son first brought you to meet us. How dare you think you were ever good enough for my son? You don't even have a college degree. My daughter caught you red-handed committing your disgusting, disgraceful ways, and that's that. Ugh, just thinking that I might have to look at your ugly face again makes me sick. Well, if my face is not to your liking, that's just too bad. Judging by how you've always done your hair and makeup, it's probably because you have always had terrible eyesight. Anyway, you won't have to worry about seeing me ever again. I didn't know that you and my sister-in-law were such miserable monsters. I spent an entire year of my life kissing up to you two and everyone else in your family because I love your son and your son only. But now, as I am reflecting on all of this, maybe it's all not worth it anymore. So fine. I'll go ahead and file a divorce right away. I don't want to be involved with any of you ever again. And I am tired of being a slave to you all. So I'll just have to go through with the divorce to be rid of you. Have fun living on a park bench like the no-good piece of trash you are. If I were you, I'd start picking out a good box to live in for the winter. A worthless orphan like you only brings bad luck and misfortune. So don't you dare ever try to crawl your way back into my family. You little pest.
Gee, are you actually getting married again? What a miracle. That is so crazy. The planets must be aligned or something. 5 years ago, you went along and divorced my little brother like a good girl and then became a homeless bum out of the streets. I figured you would have starved to death or overdosed on drugs or something by now. But wow, look at you. It seems like you're living a bit better than I figured you'd be. Congrats. Although I guess the new groom is probably some low-class scavenging vermin like you. But hey, at least you found someone who's more on your own level.
Excuse me? Who is this?
Wow. I guess you deleted my number right away, huh? I can't say it doesn't hurt my feelings, but I guess I'd have done the same if I were you. Ugh, isn't that a nauseating thought? It's me, Julia, your former sister-in-law.
How do you even have my phone number? I changed it right after the divorce was finalized.
Well, in this day and age, technology makes everything possible. With a little effort, you can find anyone's contact information.
Whatever. Why are you even bothering me like this anyway? We haven't seen each other in 5 years. What do you want? You and your old hag mother told me to disappear, yet you put forth the effort to find my new phone number and contact me like this? Are you seriously stalking me now?
Boy, are you way off. Geez, you're hilarious. Why would someone like me be stalking something like you? And besides, maybe you would do something so shameful and disgusting as that, but I would never. I simply happened to come across your Facebook page the other day. That's all. I saw your corny little announcement about your marriage engagement and the photo of your fiancé. As soon as I saw his face, I could not help bursting into laughter. Oh, no matter how low value you are now that you are an old divorced woman, you could have tried to do a little bit better. A plain-looking janitor. You must have gotten so lonely being single that you literally grabbed onto the first guy who, by some miracle, happened to look your way. You thought you were such a catch 5 years ago when you left my brother after seeing how you could easily get a guy to walk into a motel with you in the light of day. A trampy slut like you must have been so proud of yourself. Those men weren't attracted to your face. They were attracted to how easy you were.
You made that entire scene up and framed me, and ruined my marriage. Yet you are still bluffing about it as if it were true? Seriously, I don't have time for this childish crap anymore. And you say my husband is a janitor? He's not a janitor. And even if he was, so what? How about you finally grow up and tell me exactly why you made up such a revolting tale 5 years ago? Why did you do it? Why did you do something so evil?
Because I got tired of hearing my little brother say over and over again how much he loved you more than he loved me. I practically raised him as a second mother because our mother was always busy working or something. You came between me and my brother's relationship, and because of you, we were slowly drifting apart. So I took care of the little pest who stole away my brother and was ruining everything. My brother always gave me $500 allowance money every month from his paycheck. But after he was seduced and swindled by you and you two got married, he started giving me nothing and started giving you his entire salary instead. I couldn't take you ruining everything any longer, so I rightfully made a plan to drive you out of this family for good. Do you understand now?
So are you happy now? You got to go back to living as a leech off of your mother and little brother. I'm sure you've been doing very well living such a respectable and fulfilling life.
After he divorced you, my pitiful little brother became severely depressed. He was so regretful about not chasing after you to take you back that he became so sick. He's my little brother, but isn't he so pathetic? And it drives me crazy to think that he has had such low standards all his life to become so heartbroken over someone like you. Recently, he was actually starting to finally get on with his life and even went back to work, but he just had to end up seeing your wedding announcement on Facebook too. Now he's spiraled back into depression again and is acting like some angsty teenage emo kid. Isn't he so stupid? I never thought he could become so weak as to catch a mental illness like this. My heart feels like it is being torn apart at the seams every time I think about my poor brother and how you did nothing but ruin him and his life and our entire family from the first day you two met. Ugh. Anyway, he at least wasn't such a depressed mess before you two broke up, so... I cannot believe I am asking this, but... Could you please just get back together with my brother?
I'm gonna pretend I did not just read that. I'll be blocking your number, so don't bother trying to contact me anymore. Get a life and stop stalking me, too.
Hey, wait! Send me an invitation to your wedding!
What? Why would I ever do that? Cut the crap and fluff off, Julia.
Oh? You're not going to invite me? I was planning on going and congratulating you. You will regret this. Wow, how could you have the guts to post all of your wedding ceremony photos on Facebook? You are so inconsiderate. Posting those overly photoshopped portraits of you looking pretty for once in your stained and ripped up dress and your janitor fiancé somehow looking handsome in his patched up buttonless tuxedo. Meanwhile, my poor brother is still sitting heartbroken and severely depressed, saying that you look so beautiful and happy because you are no longer stuck with a bum like him. He has been barely making it through each day, and now he saw these photos and has locked himself in his room and won't eat or drink anything. How unfair is it for the two of you to be going along planning a wedding and being so public about it all? And how unfair you are to not invite me! But I saw it all live anyway.
What? You were there? Wait, that was you?
Yes, I was. And yes, it was all my doing. Unfortunately, I couldn't greet you and congratulate you in person because I didn't receive a paper invitation. But at least I was able to take part in the designing of your wedding attire.
How the hell did you even find out where the wedding was held and do that to our clothes? And I already told you my husband is not a janitor. What even gave you that idea in the first place?
Look at you and your little lie. I know for sure that your husband is a janitor because I have seen him doing the job myself. He has been cleaning the offices at my family's company. He's been there 3 times already this month. Like a fool, he gave out wedding invitations to all the employees there too. And then I went up to him and asked him about the date and location of the wedding. He let me know all of that and also gave me your new phone number upon my request as well. You two are really well matched for each other. Without even thinking, the dorky dimwit spilled out all of the information to me when I told him that you and I were old childhood friends who so unfortunately drifted apart. It's true that people who work those kinds of low-skilled jobs really have nothing upstairs in the brain department. But I guess people with those kinds of jobs are really a perfect match for you, huh? I'm glad you finally realized what class you were born to be in.
You've been dead to me since 5 years ago. Why do you keep squawking at me from your grave? What the hell is all of this for? You still can't get rid of your idiotic habit of butting into people's lives. I told you my husband is not a janitor. And I'll tell you now what his job really is, you twit. My husband is the sales manager of your family's company's largest client. And that client company's CEO is my dad.
Wait, what? So your husband really isn't a janitor? And your father, who went missing for years, is the CEO of a top-tier company? You really think I would ever believe such outlandish garbage? Wait a minute! That's right. Your dad not only abandoned you and went missing right before your mom croaked, he was also presumed to be dead. You are an orphan with no relatives or assets.
That was all a rumor that you started years ago. Wow, you made up so many lies and hurtful rumors about me and so many other people that now you can't even tell the difference between what is the truth and what is some filthy crap story you made up. The real story is that my parents got divorced when I was a kid for no ill reason except the fact that they simply realized that they weren't attracted to each other or in love anymore. Right after the divorce, my dad left to start a business overseas in Singapore. My mom passed away from breast cancer 7 years later. After that, my aunt and uncle took care of me. Of course, during all that time, he always sent child support when it was due and came to visit me whenever he could. I told you all of this back when I first met you and your mother, but neither of you believed any of it. You labeled me as a beggar and a gold-digging orphan and treated me like dirt. You two were so awful and disrespectful towards me that you even deprived me of having a wedding ceremony and reception, saying that you didn't want to give your money to a leech like me. So your brother and I eloped at a courthouse. And because of that, my father couldn't walk me down the aisle. After I told my father everything that you and your mother did to me 5 years ago, he immediately picked up his business in Singapore and moved to the States to be with me.
You're saying that your father really is the CEO of our company's largest client? And that your husband is the sales manager? You really expect me to believe all of that? It all makes absolutely no sense. Why in the world would a major company sales manager come to our company and clean the offices?
He did it to throw you off guard. My husband actually was a pretty well-known actor in the Broadway musical industry before he took up his career in sales. He did all of that just to set up this moment for me to so pleasingly drop the bomb on you. He also said it'd be worth getting some extra pocket money from our honeymoon abroad, and it'd be a good way for him to network within your family's company. My husband is not only easy on the eyes, but he is smart and hardworking. And he didn't mind doing a little bit of dirty work while he knew the outcome would give me so much joy.
No way. Is that really all true? Why didn't you say all of this sooner? If you had, I wouldn't have made such a big fuss and stuff.
Why? Watching you make such a big fuss and totally make a fool out of yourself like this is exactly what I wanted. Well, your reputation is now in the gutter, so what are your plans now? You did such a ridiculous thing as to post the photos of me you took at the ceremony and then tell everyone more of your moronic rumors, which everyone, including my husband, already knows aren't true. You tried to ruin my marriage yet again, but this time you won't be so lucky. And my father is not going to tolerate your actions this time either. You ruined my first marriage, kicked me out, and then even tried to ruin my wedding ceremony and my marriage with more stupid rumors this time too. You've messed with the wrong dad, you witch. He said that he will never forgive you for what you have done to me.
Yeah, so? What is your old man going to do about it?
If you don't quit working for your family's business and give up your shares, he is going to completely cut ties with the company. Oh, and we will be suing you for the damages you caused to my wedding dress and my husband's tuxedo. And we might as well throw emotional distress into the lawsuit as well. Thanks for laying the evidence all out on the table for us here. You better prepare yourself. Did you know that the tuxedo was handcrafted in Italy by a world-renowned designer? It cost $10,000. I bet you wish you didn't get the bright idea to spill red wine all over it now.
Hey, okay, fine. I'm sorry. Please believe me. I really am sorry about what I did. And I am sorry for what I did 5 years ago, too. Please forgive me. Think about it. If you were me and had to watch my pitiful little brother suffering every day and not even wanting to live, wouldn't you too have done anything you could to avenge him and make him feel better? Please have mercy on my brother and me and my poor mother, too. My mom divorced from my father after he found out about her having cheated on him years ago. She lost all of her shares. My father has also disowned my brother, calling him weak and unfit to be the heir of his company, and took back all of his shares as well. My father also found out that I tore apart your and my brother's marriage 5 years ago with the lie that I created and almost kicked me out too. But he showed some mercy and allowed me to stay and be the breadwinner for my mother and brother. If I give up my shares of the company and position, how will my mother and brother and I survive? Please don't do this to us. You're literally pushing us off a cliff.
Wow. So says the woman who so happily tried to push me off of that very cliff 5 years ago. Why should I be showing a single shred of empathy toward you right now? Enough of this. I never want to speak with you ever again, and I have already started filing the lawsuit with my lawyer. From now on, you can speak to him. Consider yourself out of my life forever. There will be no more chances for you to try and mess it up ever again. Good luck. After that, Julia still refused to quit on her own accord. So my father spoke with her father about everything, including what she did to try and ruin my wedding and marriage with my new husband. Her father immediately disowned her and threw her out of the company. She also lost all of her shares, of course. She tried to save her career by interviewing at several other companies in the same industry. However, my father is so well known and well liked in the industry that he was able to intervene each time, and she failed all of the interviews. I heard that she is now working as a part-time custodian at a shopping mall. Ain't that something? So I imagine she is now really working her butt off after leeching off of her brother and family's company for all those years. The tables completely turned, and now her heartbroken, depressed, and jobless mother and brother are using all of her measly paychecks. If she hadn't ruined my marriage and 1 entire year of my life 5 years ago, then 5 years later try to ruin my marriage and reputation and even my wedding again, she wouldn't be suffering these disastrous consequences, and I wouldn't be living the perfect life with my perfect husband and amazing father. I guess the universe really does always find a way to give everyone what they deserve.